Let's look at some factoring of trinomials. Actually, I had a student one time say, "Sir, factoring is the F word of math." I thought that was pretty funny because people get really frustrated with factoring. But let's look how it works here. What we're looking at when we want to factor something that's in the form x squared plus or minus something x plus or minus something is we're always looking for two numbers that multiply to this third term and add to this second term. Okay, so we are actually looking for two numbers that multiply to 24 and add to negative 11. Signs are important, plus 24 and negative 11. Okay, so if something's going to add to a negative, it's going to have, and multiply to a positive, it's going to have to be two negative numbers, right? Because any two positive numbers that multiply to be a positive are going to add to also be a positive. So we're looking for two negative numbers. And when we look at it, well, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. All of those multiply to 24. None of them add to negative 11. If I make them all negative, all of these multiply to 24, right? Negative times a negative. They're all going to multiply to 24. But the one that adds to negative 11 would be negative 3 plus negative 8. Negative 3 plus negative 8. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to say this is two brackets. The first bracket, the only way to get x squared is x times x. And then here's the one I'm going to use, right? Negative 3 and negative 8. And I'm literally going to put them in here. By the way, order doesn't matter. I could have put negative 8 in there, and I could have put negative 3 in there. Okay? But once you find those two numbers that multiply to 24 and add to negative 11, they will always work. It'll always say that this will factor to that. It'll break down into the two pieces. I'll prove it. Okay? Let's multiply it back. How do you prove it? Well, you multiply it back. X times x times negative 8, negative 3, like that. X times x is x squared. X times negative 8, minus 8x. Plus, negative 3 times x, negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 8 is plus 24. So if we go the other way, collect like terms, and there we go. Okay, so what we've shown is when we factor it, we can break it down using this technique here, and we've proved it by multiplying it back so that we can actually get what we started with. Okay. Maybe hit pause if you need to relook at that. I'm going to move on to number 2. Okay. Number 2 has one extra element in it, and that extra element is it has a common factor. It has a greatest common factor. Notice there is no variable in all three of them, but there is a 3 that will divide into all three. So there is a 3. So I can divide all of them by 3. I get y squared plus 5y plus 6. Y squared plus 5y plus 6. Okay? Right? 3 times that. 3 times 5y. Okay, so that works. Now the 3 just stays out front. But we want to find out what the factors are. Okay? What the factors are. Well, just like this technique, y squared can only be y times y. Okay? So now my question is, what multiplies to give me positive 6, and at the same time adding to give me positive 5? It always multiplies to this one, adds to this one. So we'll do it up here. So what I'm looking for is two numbers that multiply to positive 6 and add to 5. Okay. Well, it's a pretty limited pool, right? I've got 1 times 6 and 2 times 3, right? The negatives won't add to 5. Well, it looks like 2 times 3 is going to add to 5, right? I'm sorry, it looks like 2 and 3 will add to 5 and multiply to 6. And those are positive, so plus 2 and plus 3. Okay? And again, order doesn't matter. It could be plus 3 and plus 2. But now what I've done is I've taken the greatest common factor, and then I've broken up this trinomial into 2 factors. So we get 3 bracket x plus 2, 3 bracket y plus 2 bracket y plus 3.